He won nearly every battle, but still lost the war. Hannibal Barca was born in 247 BC in Carthage, a North African powerhouse that had just been humiliated by Rome in a ruinous 23-year war. His father, one of Carthage's greatest generals, took him to a sacrificial altar as a boy and made him swear an oath. He would never be a friend of Rome. He kept that oath for the rest of his life. At 26, Hannibal was given command of the Carthaginian army in Spain. Within 2 years, he launched one of the most audacious military operations the ancient world had ever seen. Rome controlled the sea, so Hannibal went over land. Over the Pyrenees, through southern Gaul, and then, in autumn, over the Alps. With 40,000 soldiers and 37 war elephants. The Romans thought the mountains were impassable. They were wrong. The crossing cost him nearly half his army and most of his elephants. He came out the other side anyway, and immediately started winning. Trebia, Lake Trasimene, and then Cannae, August 2nd, 216 BC. The Romans sent 80,000 men to finish him. Hannibal had roughly half that number. He let the Roman center push forward, then bent his flanks around them like a closing fist. By the end of the day, somewhere between 50,000 and 70,000 Romans were dead. More Roman lives lost in a single afternoon than America lost in the entire Vietnam War. His own commander told him, "March on Rome now. You can end this." Hannibal didn't. Historians still argue about why. He camped in Italy for 15 years, waiting for reinforcements from Carthage that never came, winning skirmishes, watching Rome rebuild. Until finally, Rome took the war to Carthage itself, and Hannibal had to sail home to defend it. He lost the final battle. Carthage surrendered, and Rome, even in victory, couldn't let him go. They hunted him across the Mediterranean for 2 decades, through Turkey, through the courts of foreign kings, terrified that even in old age, he was too dangerous to leave alive. In 183 BC, with Roman agents closing in, Hannibal took poison. His last words, according to ancient sources, "Let us now put an end to the great anxiety of the Romans, who have thought it too heavy a task to wait for the death of a hated old man." He had kept his oath for 64 years. One enemy, one vow. The man who nearly broke Rome and died hunted, in exile, alone. If this hit, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and drop a comment. Why didn't Hannibal march on to Rome? One life, one story, history.